So in this brief video, I'm going to talk about how to prepare and practice one of these melodic ideas, one of these melodies. So as a demonstration, I'm on page 20. I'm going to work through 2.35 just to give you an idea. All right, so this Denmark melody here. One of the first things I think that you should do is consider the meter. In this case, 2/4, going to be some sort of simple duple meter in this context. And you can see that clear beat division happening throughout the exercise. Piano marking, okay, so quiet. And let's start by giving ourselves the key. Piano's over here. That was a little weird. All right, so then what I would do first is, if you're not familiar with solfeggio, maybe just start by going through it and applying solfege to it in rhythm. So you can write in some solfege if it helps you understand and make sense of things faster, or you can kind of just maybe speak the rhythm or speak the solfege in rhythm. What do I mean by that? Let me start by 2.35. I'm going to give myself a whole measure of pickup, and then it starts on that last part of the pickup. So just one measure will get me into it, I think, here. So 1, 2, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, so on. So that way you can at least get it into some sort of method of seeing the solmization applied rhythmically. So if the solmization and the solfeggio is tripping you up, this is a way that you can get around that. Remove the pitch element and maybe remove the rhythmic element. If you're really having trouble and struggling with the solfeggio, maybe just go mi, re, do, even like out of time. Just getting some sort of practice saying it consistently without pausing, then putting the rhythm into the picture, and then lastly, applying pitch to it. That's going to be something that's helpful here. So once you get the solmization and the solfeggio down, then it's time to start singing. So again, you might reestablish the key. I think it was do. We're starting on mi, scale degree 3. So you just basically start singing, conducting as you're singing, getting a sense of embodying the rhythmic feel along with the pitch content. That's essentially the objective of what we're trying to get across in these first couple exercises. So 1, 2. Mi, re, do, re, mi, so on and so on. Now, G major is a little out of my range, a little tough on me, but I still think that it's important to try to do these things in the key in which it's written. I would have had to sing a lot of this in my head voice, especially going up to the mi, fa, sol, up into that D natural, sort of like middle C area, and that's okay to go into that head voice at some points. We're not training you to be great singers. Some of you are amazing singers, and well done. Not everyone is a singer. As long as we can handle pitch and accuracy, we can make it something useful, and that's the objective of sight singing. The objectives of sight singing besides that are just kind of being able to look at a melody and see in your ear or in your head, your mind's ear, how does this sound, and being able to understand just at a glance how it might sound. So then one other thing that you might do, think about the slurs and the way that the gestures are put together, because that's going to be really important in terms of understanding the overall shape of this. Noticing that first slur ends on that scale degree 5, sol. So once you get to that mi, fa, sol, break. Find a place there to breathe. Write in a breath mark if you would, which looks like a little sort of a comma or an apostrophe in between the musical phrases. But use the slurs to your advantage. This is why in the rubric for singing examples or singing assignments, there's musicality as part of it. Ignoring those slurs, you will lose a point on musicality. So this is something that you can use to bring it to life, bring the music to life. A polished product is its own reward. One last thing I'll say about this as you're preparing is intonation is important, and it's going to become more and more important as the melodies become more complicated and later as chromaticism becomes introduced. So how do you check intonation? First thing you want to do is you want to stop at a given pitch, and maybe if you're unsure of that D natural, you maybe sing up to it, mi, fa, sol, hold that note as long as you can, and then confirm it at the keyboard. That's the idea in which you would use the keyboard to work through these. I do not want you to play the melody memorize it, and then sing it, because that defeats the purpose of sight singing. Sight singing should be, again, looking at the melody, knowing how it sounds by how it looks, and then being able to articulate it using solfeggio and kind of working with it that way. This is why solfeggio is so important. So try to use a keyboard as little as possible, and when you use it as a confirmation process. Sing the pitch, hold the pitch that you're uncertain about, and confirm it with that keyboard, and that's the way to use it and get the most sort of get the most effective practicing going just in general. So good luck out there, and this is kind of how you should be working through any one of these melodies. Spot those problematic areas, hone in on them, and focus on them. One last thing, I know I said that last time. Say you are having a problematic area with this, maybe later when things start to get a little leapy and moving around in more of a disjunct character, this is all conjunct stepwise motion, but later you might find it useful to rearrange pitches and sing them in different orders and then put them back into the right order with rhythm. And if you're struggling with the rhythm but your pitch is okay, maybe isolate the rhythm. Speak the solmization with the rhythm. Say that the pitch is not great but the rhythm is okay. Okay, well then take the rhythm out of the equation. Focus on the pitch, maybe singing each one and confirming each one after you sing it and commit to the pitch, and then put it back together. So find ways to isolate what the problematic areas are and then put it back together. That's going to create the most successful practicing as you go through this, so you're not just spinning your gears and getting nothing done in a practice room when those times are really limited, just in general. Thanks.